Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So I recorded this video once, I didn't like it, I'm trying again. Thank you for being here, I'm so glad that you are here. I was not gonna do YouTube today because I have a podcast that was due yesterday that I was going to do. However, this came up and I just really want to talk about it very quickly. So for your Friday Fire video today, I would like to talk about wisdom in your words in parenting. Because here's why. There's always a story behind why I'm talking about what I'm talking about. So today's story is my son is going into 4th grade, my older son, and he is nervous about it. And I realized a couple days ago that he was having some anxiety because he started asking a lot of questions. He really was looking for reassurance. We talked about my 4th grade experience, why I liked 4th grade so much, and I really did, because 4th grade is still getting to be a kid, but having some personal responsibility and learning about, we did penmanship, we did poetry, things that really spoke to me as a kid in 4th grade. We also started learning language in 4th grade, so it was a lot of really good, fun, this was the kind of stuff that I liked, basically. So I liked 4th grade, and I'm hoping that he will like 4th grade. We're very similar in likes and dislikes. He's a little bit nervous about the math portion of it, so we've been doing affirmations. You know, my brain is a supercomputer, and the answers come easily to me and things like that, because I so totally believe that as we affirm ourselves, our subconscious responds. So anyway, the point is, we were talking last night at bedtime, and I'm just doing the affirmations that we do at nighttime and saying goodnight and getting hugs, and I had to take a shower. Like, I was trying to get out of there, and he stopped me and said, you know, I'm very, very nervous about tomorrow, which is today, which is verification day at school, because we'll find out his teacher and who's in his class and things. And he said, I'm very nervous about going into 4th grade, because I feel like time is going so quickly. I still want to be a kid. Before I know it, I'll be in high school. And he was having, it was not a panic attack. He just had a little anxiety, and he started to tear up. And thankfully, I feel like I know how to speak to this, and I relate to it. So I just sat there and we talked about it. But I want to share with you in case any of you out there also have this situation with a child at home. I didn't realize until we had this conversation, I didn't realize until last night that some of the things that I say in a joking manner, or just because I'm not even being aware of myself in the moment when I speak to other adults, when I speak to my husband, when I speak to our parents, and the people in our social circle, my kids are listening, okay? It's very important, and it's not that I don't know that he is in the room. It's just that sometimes we as adults have conversation, and we just think we're having adult conversation, and the kids are not picking up any of that, and that's not true, okay? They pick up all of it, and especially this one, he does. He listens to everything. So he has heard us say things like, he's getting so big, time is really flying, before you know it, he'll be in high school. So now he's got on him, last night he had this pressure, but this fear that his childhood was passing by so quickly, and that he's gonna go like from 4th grade to 11th grade and not know what happened. And I felt so guilty in that moment, but I'm really happy that he brought it to my attention, because I was not aware of it. I was not aware of myself. I was not aware that these things that I have been saying were affecting him in a negative manner. So I want to encourage all of you parents to be aware of the way that you're speaking about your child, even in this way. I like sarcasm, I like humor, but be careful with it. The way that we speak to our children, here's a quote for you, because I love quotes so much. The way that we speak to our children becomes their inner voice. And in this case, the way that I spoke about my child had started to permeate his inner voice, his inner dialogue. This is important because I don't want him to have negative thoughts or fearful thoughts, even if what he heard from me was something that I said in a joking manner or in a dismissive way that we do speak to each other sometimes. If I ask you, how are you doing, and you say, pretty good for a Monday, that means you're not doing well. Is that correct? Because today's Friday. If we talk about how big our kids are getting, and that they'll be before you know it, they'll be in high school, well, it doesn't sound like a positive thing. It sounds like a negative thing. It sounds like time is passing us by. It sounds like, for him, it sounds like pressure, pressure, pressure. There's a pressure to perform in 4th grade. There's a pressure to grow up right this minute, and it's not the case. So we did some damage control last night, and we sat and we did affirmations, and we did have a very silly conversation about how many job interviews I've been on, how many dates I've been on, how many, you know, before being married, how many friendships have I had where the person asked me, the first thing they wanted to know about me was, what were your grades in 4th grade? Like, I like you, I think I want you for the job, but I really need to know how you did on that one project in 4th grade. Nobody's ever asked me that. Nobody has ever asked me that. Sometimes in a very important job, I know that they will look at your college transcripts or maybe your high school grades, but now is not the time for him to be freaking out about his academic performance. We did talk about, I'm not releasing him from the responsibility of doing a good job ever. I always want him to do his best, but we also talked about, you know, straight A's and what that means, and you have that because you have this brilliant mind. I believe that all children have these brilliant minds, but he also has a work ethic. He likes school and he wants to do well. So when you put those two things together, you get the grades that he has been getting. And yes, the work gets harder, but you also mature, get smarter, have built a base in 3rd grade, so now you're ready for 4th grade. It's gonna be fine, okay? So we did do the affirmations and it was fine, but the silly conversation was super fun, and also eye-opening for me, and that's why I'm sharing it today. I just didn't realize, and I think that I'm tuned in, especially to him, but I didn't realize that the things that I was saying in a flippant manner, in a dismissive manner, just in the way that you sometimes say things and you're not aware. Words are powerful. I say this all the time. Words are powerful. They have energy. They have vibration. They can be picked up by other people. He is listening. The way that I speak is his inner voice. So if I am critical of him now, he will be critical of himself later. If I am sarcastic now, he will be cynical and sarcastic later. It's not to say that I don't appreciate sarcasm sometimes or sense of humor sometimes, but I do think that it's important to be aware not just of how you're speaking directly to your children, but how you're speaking about your children, because they're absorbing that, okay? I didn't know that. It's mine to learn. This is a lesson that I just learned last night. So we did some affirmations. Just going over, making sure I'm saying everything to you that I wanted to say. But just, you know, let them be little. If 4th grade is 4th grade, yeah, you know, there's a little bit more responsibility. And yes, he's getting older, but he's not even 10 years old yet. It's not time for him to be worrying about high school. It's not time for him to feel like he's got the weight of the world on his shoulders. So make sure your kids know that you love them no matter what. Make sure that they know that they're capable of anything. Make sure that they know that while, yes, I want you to do an excellent job in school, the rest of your life certainly does not depend on how you do this year in school. So it's a mix of have fun and play and be with your friends and do your work and learn things and give that your best effort as well. So that's all. Words have power. Please be aware. How you speak to your children and how you speak about your children, that's what I didn't know. How you speak about your children is also part of them and also becomes part of their inner voice. So an encouragement for all of you parents with sensitive kids especially. Also, I wanted to mention we use this magnesium lotion for him sometimes when he gets super panicky and anxious, and I'm going to put the link to a little recipe for it in the description box below in case you want that. So, okay, let me know what you thought about this video. Give me a like, share, subscribe, comment, keep me going. I appreciate you so much. Live in courage. I love you. Bye-bye.